Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Cass. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a simple frontal install, and this is actually going to be an install on some hair that I already kind of had on my channel. I did the watercolor method on it, and it's from MegaLookHair. I kind of already explained about the hair in the previous video, but I'll give you guys like a little mini review at the end of this. But I did want to go ahead and tell you guys that this hair is 18 inches. And I already showed you guys what was inside of the box too in the other video, but I'll just show you guys again. Came with this little pouch that says MegaLookHair. Oh, zipper doesn't want to work right now. And then inside it was some clips. This is like a little bang piece, and then they gave you some little classy lashes. The hair came in this bag, and of course came in a net. It also came with 2 wig caps, but I already wore one. So yeah, I did flexi rod curl this hair, and I didn't do a particular method with the flexi rods. I just put them on there, and there's a lot of like little flyaways, so I'm not really sure how it's gonna look. But one thing I will say about this hair up front is that there were a lot of flyaways with this hair, and it actually was like really thick. Like you really had to get to work with this hair to like pluck the hairline. I did the best that I could, but now I'm getting ready to get into this install. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off my bonnet, and I'm just going to braid my hair. These are little mini braids I have from my butterfly locks. I literally still haven't washed my hair, so I'm just going to do 2 braids to the back with this. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna just take these bobby pins. I'm just gonna pin them like this, like to either side, and this just helps them stay like way more secure. So I'm only gonna use 3 bobby pins, so 1 on each side, and then I'll just do 1 in the middle to secure it. And normally I would do a little bit more to braid down my hair, but I'm in a rush, so this is pretty much what it looks like. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take out these flexi rods, and there's no particular way that I'm going to take them out. I'm just going to start taking them out in the back, I guess. I left these in for about 12 hours, and I did do the curls underneath like that. I was really hoping for them to be like super tight like this, because since this hair is 18 inches, it's not overly long, so I didn't want it to be like an awkward length, because you know 18 inches is kind of awkward. So I wanted it to kind of be like a little bit of like shoulder length. Like I didn't want the curls to come past here. I wanted it to be kind of like a bob, kind of. Some curls are bouncier than others, but that's okay. So I'm gonna get back to you guys once I take out all of these flexi rods. Okay, so I only have 4 left to take out, but this is what they're looking like. Super bouncy. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the top of the hair is a lot more brighter than the bottom, and then there's like these 2, like, well, you can kind of see it on these 2 curls that aren't as tight as the rest. These are also lighter. So when I did the watercolor method, I did that on purpose because I wanted it to be kind of an effect to where it's like a lighter on the top and darker on the bottom, and it worked, and I think it looks really cute like that. But I wanted to tell you guys the details on how many I actually did. So I did have 29 flexi rods in there, and I used the blue size and the gray size. I'm not really sure like what the specifications are for those sizes, but I just know I used the blue and the gray, and then I used 29 in total. And you can get those from like any beauty supply store. And like I said, I did the curls, the flexi rods underneath so that they could fall like that. Ooh. And I went to sleep at about, well, I did this like an hour before I went to sleep. So I did these at like 5 a.m. and now right now it's like 6 p.m. So I guess I left them in for about 13 hours. And this is how they turned out. So if you leave them in a lot longer, they'll be a lot more tighter. So just keep that in mind. So this is how they look. Super cute, super bouncy. I'm not gonna comb through them yet. I'm gonna wait till I actually put it on my head, but I want to go ahead and take them out because if you guys didn't know, if you try and put on a wig where you have flexi rods in there really tight, it's gonna be really hard to get the wig on. So now let's go ahead and start installing. So for my wig cap, I'm not gonna use an actual wig cap. I'm gonna use some pantyhose. So these are ultra sheer pantyhose. Now I think I'm gonna use this one that I already had cut out, and one way to see if it's your color is to just put it on. Let's see. I really don't want to open something new. Okay, yeah, this works. So yeah, this is about my color, and this is actually not this color. It's not coffee. This is actually beige. If you're gonna get this brand and you're the same complexion as me, I definitely recommend beige over coffee. But yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and secure this on. So yeah, just spray it all around, and you want to get it from ear to ear because you're gonna need this to be very, very secure. So now I'm going to take my blow dryer and I'm just going to blow dry that so that it gets dry. Once it's dry, you can do a second layer if you want. I don't think I'm going to do a second layer. So what I'm going to start doing is actually cutting this to be like where I want it to be. But you can first just cut your ears out by just doing a little hole right there on your ears, being sure not to cut your ears. And once you've got that opening hole, just pull it around your ear like that. So I'll show you guys one more time. I think I am gonna do a second layer just because I don't think it's that secure. So now I'm gonna do that same process one more time, and then I'm actually gonna cut this to where I want it. Okay, so I just did that second layer, and one thing I did notice is that I totally forgot to brush my edges back to get them out the way. But that's something you definitely want to do because you might snatch your edges off if you don't do that part. But when I do that part, you do want to use something like edge booster, got to be glue gel, whatever you want to use that really holds your hair back. And you would do that before you put this cap on, but since I've already done that, I'm not gonna redo it. So yeah, but just remember to do that. So now I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm just gonna cut right here in the middle. Okay, so you do want to cut it to about where you think that the wig is going to sit on your head. And if you notice, I do have a really low hairline, like here are my eyebrows and here's my hairline. So it is a little difficult for me. I really do have to do stuff like really, really close to my edges, which is why I really should have gelled them back, but that's okay. So this is still a little bit wet right there, but I'm going to go ahead and cut. And you're basically just going to cut down, and this doesn't have to be like right exactly where you're gonna want it because you still have time to readjust it. I just like to go ahead and get it out of the way, so I go ahead and cut. Here you're just gonna cut this bottom part just like that, and then you can just cut this off. Okay, so now I'm gonna try this wig on just to see like where I'm gonna have it sitting on my hairline, and that's what you would do at this point. So I'm gonna have it sit about right here. So now I'm just gonna start cutting the lace, the pantyhose back to that point. Okay, so now that I have it cut pretty much where I'm gonna have it, so now you see this piece is up. I'm going to spray this back down. And what you want to do is you don't want to spray it directly on your head because it's going to cause it to lift back up. And this is what gets it to melt into your skin like that. So this only kind of works with pantyhose because I've tried this with like actual wig caps and it doesn't really give that same like melting effect. So after I finish this part, I'm gonna go in with some of my powder that I use for my makeup that got ruined when I was doing that, and I'm just going to put that all over just to kind of get it to my skin tone, and then I'm actually going to start putting the glue on to apply the lace. Okay, so now that I've finished that part, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying the glue. Now, because my hair isn't super flat and I have a sort of big head, this is not really gonna work out like for a real frontal look, but it's gonna work out a little bit. But my thing is, like, as you can see, like where the hair is and where my hair is, it's not really gonna, it's gonna be a really tight fit to do that, as you can see. But that's okay, whatever, it's the same steps even if you don't do it all the way. So now what I'm gonna do for my, well, actually first, so you see how there's a lot of hairs like in the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of my Nairobi foaming mousse. I know you guys have noticed like the formula change with this if you've been using this. So it's not really my fave right now, but it definitely gets the job done still to get stuff out of the way. I'm just gonna take a rat tail comb and like comb like that. I'm gonna do that to both sides. And then I'm gonna take a little bit, and I mean a little bit, of Got To Be glue, and I'm just gonna do that along the front there because I really don't want any of this hair in the front to be in the way. And then I'm gonna go back in with our rat tail comb and comb it back. And then I'm gonna take these and I'm just gonna clip them back. Any creases or whatever, we'll fix that with the hot comb later. So now we're going to flip this back. And before you flip it back, you can actually just go ahead and kind of cut some little slits in your lace to make it easier to apply. So I do about 3. I do 1, 2, and then 3 right here. So now you can just kind of move this back a little bit, and you can start with your Got To Be glue. This is not Got To Be glue, this is Ghost Bond glue, and I just do dots like this too. And once I do that, I take the end of my rat tail comb, or you can take your finger, and I just like rub it in. But if you're gonna do it with your finger, you really have to do this before the glue like starts drying, or the glue is going to look white like it's going to. Now guys, I'm not like a professional or anything. I kind of just like finesse every time I do anything that has to do with like frontals and closures and sew-ins. So if you're like me, this video is definitely for you. Definitely. So we're gonna let that dry, and then once it's clear, we're gonna go ahead and put it on a second layer. Okay, so now that it's pretty much clear, I'm gonna go ahead and start applying that second layer of Ghost Bond, and I'm pretty much gonna just do one dot across. So I'm gonna wait till that's clear, and then I'm gonna apply the lace. So this is about where I'm gonna just go ahead and do it because I'm running out of time. So I'm just gonna start right here, I guess. And I'm gonna bring my mirror a lot closer just so I can see and make sure I'm applying the actual hair on my hairline. As you guys can see, the glue never dried there, but it doesn't really matter because since this wig is a little bit small on my head, I'm not even gonna be able to like show this part anyway because the hair is not gonna reach. Yeah, it's not gonna reach on both sides. It's only gonna reach probably on that side. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this and basically secure everything before I actually like do my edges and cut the lace. So I'm gonna leave this on for probably about, I wanna say like 10 minutes, and then I'll come back and take it off and style. All right, it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. And just to make sure. So now I'm gonna start cutting the lace with this razor blade, whatever you wanna call it. Alright, so now that I've cut the lace, I'm now gonna like pull out pieces for my edges, but I'm gonna take these clips off. I'm trying to be like really careful. So I'm just gonna like pick a few places that I want some edges, and yeah. Okay guys, so I'm only gonna do like 2 edges because I'm really in a rush. and you're not gonna be able to see the rest of my hair. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like run through these curls with my fingers, and I'm not even gonna like do too much with my fingers. And you're probably like, what is going on with the front of your head? I'm going to hit up the hot comb. If I drop another thing on my pants, I'm gonna be so upset. But I'm getting ready to go in with my hot comb so that I can fix these curls up a bit, and then I will be right back. All right guys, so this is pretty much how it turned out. I really like it. I think it's super cute. One thing I am going to do though is I'm going to put a little makeup on my part. So how about I go get a makeup brush to do that? And when I mean makeup, I'm going to put a little concealer on my brush, but like a little bit, because a little goes a long way with the concealer. Okay guys, so I didn't even get my concealer. I just got powder, and I don't feel like going back in there. So hopefully this kind of works. But I'm just going to put like a little bit of powder along this part, because even though lace is like transparent and stuff like that, HD and stuff, nothing is ever really your skin tone. Like, you're still going to be able to see the lace regardless. There are a few hiccups here with this install, because once again, I'm not a hairstylist. I don't even necessarily do much with like weave installs, well, wig installs and closures and frontals and stuff like that. So I just kind of like do the best that I can, and this is what we got today. I wouldn't say it's the best, because if you get close enough, you're gonna be like, oh, oof. You're gonna be like, oof. But it's okay, okay? It's okay. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this foaming mousse because it fell in my pants again, y'all. This new one is so watery, it's ridiculous. But this hair has a lot of flyaways, guys, a lot. And I did go in a little bit with my hot comb, but I'm gonna go back in with my hot comb just to do a little bit more. I decided not to do any edges like right here, because it's just like, I didn't want to do too much, okay? I didn't want to do too much, because color edges are really tricky. They can start looking really, really ghetto, and sometimes they don't look right. So I just decided to do two. You can't even really see them, but they're like right here and right there. But I'm not lifting that up because there's a little hiccup right there. But I just want to give you guys a little review on this hair. So this hair is very, very thick. I believe it was like 180% density. The specifications will be in the description box below, and you also can check out what I said about the video when I did dye this hair. I tried to do an ombre effect, and I think it's really noticeable with the curls, so I really like how that part came out as well. Another thing I will say about this hair is that it sheds a lot. Like, anytime you comb it or anything, it's going to shed. And I already told you guys about these crazy flyaways. Like, I have put Narabi foaming mousse and Motion's light hold working spritz, which is controlled and finished for soft, touchable, flexible hold on here, and girl, I'm still getting flyaways. Like, and I don't do the flyaways. Like, I'm gonna cut it. I'm just gonna cut it, okay? But yeah, the curls, the hair took really well to curls, which was the flexi rise, and it took well to the flat iron when I flat ironed it, and the hot comb also did pretty good with it. So I really like how it turned out. On camera, it looks a lot more orangey, but in person, I want to say it's like a Cajun cinnamon color. Like, it's really cinnamon Cajun, but it's lighter up here and darker down here, but yeah, I pretty much like how it turned out. If you guys want to purchase this hair, it will be linked below. You guys should definitely go follow MegaLookHair on Instagram. Also follow me on Instagram, which is Cassidy Janae. And thank you guys so much for watching. Get me to 40K subscribers by the end of this month. I think I'm at like 35K. I don't know, whatever. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to stay notified, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.